But this is a great question because we've talked a lot about professional speaking. And I wanted to talk about this one. I've only worked as a vocal music teacher. What are the qualifications and specs people usually look for in a voice for acting coach? What's different?
Good question.
Well, do you want to start, Tom?
And is there a difference?
Right.
Well, you know what? These days, I mean, I think the world is very different now in a positive way. And now more than ever, no aesthetic bias has got to be part of the conversation. And so, but folks who often pursue services are still looking for the teacher to offer something. They want to change their voice in some way. And so I think there isn't necessarily a difference between the singing voice and the speaking voice. It's more like what is the task required to get through this particular context? And let's pause to talk about some of the issues. And then the Estillian is then thinking through the lens of figures to say, okay, based upon what they're saying, what is their attractor state? And based upon what they're saying, what's the goal? Where is the mismatch that we can work on? Versus this sort of guru way of saying, this is the way you have to do it. It's more like conversational based. So I think that's not to say that I don't have aesthetic biases, right? So when the people, after you've gone through that conversation, people say, well, great. And you have a relationship with them. And I can still then say, here are my preferences. Here are ways that I find do help me. Would you like to try those on for size? And so I think the difference between singing and speaking is the same, but the difference between the way I was taught and the way we are all as a community trying to teach is vastly different.
Yeah.